Hi, I'm Mindy Starns Clark.
And I'm John Campbell Clark, and we're here today to share some of our co-written book, Echoes of Titanic. Brief synopsis, obviously it takes place on the Titanic, and it deals with two cousins traveling to America, and the Titanic sinks. One survives, one doesn't.
Then we jump to the present day. The one who survived started a company that was very successful, and now we're in the life of her great-great-granddaughter, Kelsey, who is near the top of the company, and she's ready to step into the big position when her mentor is murdered.
Not only is her mentor murdered, but she finds out that her grandmother's legacy from the Titanic comes into question.
In fact, she may have been not who she said she was at all. It's a really fun mixing of the historical plot line with the modern day plot line, and a lot of excitement at both ends. And it's a fun way to explore a topic that a lot of people are really interested in. And especially now in this year, the 100th anniversary of the sinking of Titanic. It's a commemoration type of a book, and it has made a fascinating topic for us to write about. Harvest House actually brought the idea to me, which is a fun way to come up with a new book thing. But immediately I thought, you know, I love the idea, this would be really fun. But my husband, who already does so much with my books, he's like my primary editor, he's the first one, he helps me brainstorm, he solves plot problems. He's a Titanic guy, and I said, nah, if we do one about Titanic, he's going to be doing so much of the work that his name needs to go on the cover, and he needs to actually become the co-author. People ask me how, with such a sad tale, how can it be an uplifting story? And it really is, because I think that because of that bottom line message is you have to know, where does your hope lie, and where do you base your decisions? What's your plumb line for truth and your own personal actions?
You know, I love this book and I love the story, for two reasons. One, like I said, I've always been interested in Titanic and the history of the Titanic, but it was such a frozen moment in time. Everybody knows about the sinking and we know about the survivors that went on, but that's sort of where we end. Now, recently the last living survivor passed away, and so it brought it back to light, and the 100th anniversary brings it back to light. But what I kept thinking of was, you know, it had an impact on lives, it had an impact on a culture, it had an impact on these people, and
on the descendants.
On the descendants, and that's what the interest here is. What would happen if what we believe about the Titanic, especially if we had an ancestor that went down on the ship, and all got flipped and turned on us. And that's what I found so fascinating about this, that, you know, you're going along thinking one thing for almost 100 years, and all of a sudden somebody completely turns your world around by saying what you believe is true wasn't necessarily true.